It's been 40 years. 40 years of hard work, sweat, sometimes tears, but a lot of heart that's been poured into the criminal legal aid scheme. Today you will hear from 4 people who will tell about the enduring struggle, the legacy, and the class spirit that has endured to this day. This is our tribute to all of you, our volunteer lawyers, our supporters who've walked alongside us to make this possible. Thank you for being part of CLAS's historic journey.
My name is Giam Chin Tun. I'm a senior counsel. I was chairman of CLAS from the year 1991 to 1998, 8 years. The young lawyers were very cooperative. They were very willing to do whatever they can to make sure they succeed. Some of the cases they actually pick up the disbursements themselves because the accused cannot afford. Police reports, medical reports, and so on, transport. I'm very proud of them. And it's a wonderful thing to be working with people like that. The one thing that stuck in my mind, we were struggling. Then one day, the Minister of Law wants to talk to me. And I said, why? He says, go and organize a golf game. Organizing a golf game is out of my mind. I mean, it's not in my mind. And at the same time, we don't have resources. How do we, organize a golf game? And what happens if the response is poor? So I dragged my feet. I did not see him, and I didn't meet him. I bumped into him in one of the Law Society functions. He came and pulled me aside and said, look here, I told you to organize a golf game and you didn't do anything about it. And we had a chat. So I said, okay, I'll try to get the help of some of my friends in the golf club. And then, to our surprise, maybe not to his surprise, we were successful. We raised $200,000. At that time, it was a lot of money. And we were really very happy. And that stuck in my mind. Thank you, Professor Jayakumar, wherever you are. I appreciate it. I'm sure members of CLAS also appreciated your gesture. Be idealistic, be altruistic, do justice, do anything that you think is good, but be practical. It's got to be a good balance.
I'm N. Srinivasan. I'm a lawyer in private practice, and I've been a CLAS volunteer for more than 30 years. The issue of access to justice has always been an issue that's close to the heart of many lawyers. Whether it is something the government should do, or is it something the profession should do. Rather than wage a debate on the philosophy of who should do it, it's better to get the job done. When I look at CLAS volunteers, I would say this is the segment of my profession I'm proudest of and honored to be part of. The criminal justice system can be frightening to people. Those of us who are part of the system with the privilege of practicing law have to make sure the system operates the way it should.
Hi, my name is Abraham Burgess. I'm the managing partner of Providence Law Asia. I got involved with CLAS some 20 over years ago when I was a young associate in a large law firm. In 2015 turned out to be a watershed point for CLAS for a number of reasons. The first is the fact that the government had a change in policy and for the first time decided that it could and would financially support the good work of CLAS. The second thing that happened is CLAS collaborated with 5 of the largest firms to provide a lawyer from their firms who would be seconded to work full-time for CLAS. And this was the beginning of what became known as the CLAS Fellowship. And the third thing that we saw was the introduction of an honorarium to recognize the efforts put in by the volunteers. It would enable them to be able to take on more class cases, increase their capacity as volunteers. In the minds of all of us who were involved in CLAS, we've always understood that this was a collective effort and that it was important to have succession and to encourage a new batch of volunteers to step up and play a bigger role in this collective.
Hi, I'm Sadhna Rai, and I'm Chief Representation Officer at Pro Bono SG. I joined the Criminal Legal Aid Scheme as a CLAS Fellow back in 2015, and it has been 10 years since. When it first started in 2015, all of us were very new, all of us hadn't done crime before, and we had to lean on each other. We had to figure out criminal procedure, we had to figure out how to present in court, and we would not have been able to do that without the support of senior practitioners in the bar who stepped up to train us, to teach us, and guide us out of the goodwill of their hearts. I think what really pushed me on in this 10 years is just, one is my love for advocacy. I love going to court, I love arguing, I love presenting before judges. It keeps the fire burning. But the second, and I think something that's more enduring and more personal, is that desire to want to give back to people who cannot afford to speak for themselves. Pro bono work has existed within the profession for as long as the profession has existed. It is a response to a higher calling to do good and to support those who cannot speak for themselves. That is what the profession is about. My hope is that people see that the flame of justice is alight precisely because of schemes like the Criminal Legal Aid Scheme that allows you to give back to the community, and that's so important. And so I hope that I will see you here in the next 40 years when I celebrate my own 40 years at CLAS and when we celebrate CLAS's possibly 80th year of existence.